everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's get started. So this week we are going to be focusing on finding contrasts and contradictions in pictures, video, and text. You may have seen this learning pursuit in the past. I can identify and explain contrasts and contradictions. Identify means define, explain means to describe in detail. We have been reading parts of the book March. Now you're going to grab pages 20 to 35 and you are going to read them, and I'm going to ask that you look for things that surprise you in this book. So remember, you're annotating or you're looking for your surprises. This is surprising because before I thought, but now I know, and I wonder. So pause. What are contrasts and contradictions? Let's break apart each of those phrases. Contrasts are differences. Contrasts are differences that we see that come up when comparing two or more things. A contradiction is the act of saying or doing something that is the opposite or very different meaning to what was done before. So you put the two together, contrasts and contradictions. When we see something that contrasts with what we know or something that contradicts our understanding of the world. When you come across a contrast and contradiction, there are several things that could happen. In your mind, you might be thinking of, what? I didn't know that. That doesn't make sense. That's not true. Before the character said or did ... but now they are saying or doing the opposite. These are all the reactions that you will have that will help you to identify the different contrasts and contradictions. In essence, contrasts and contradictions are surprises. Let's practice. What are the contrasts and contradictions in this picture? See a person looking at a newspaper and they look really angry or confused. We see what they're reading. Call now, you could win a free jetpack for only $80. A free jetpack for only $80? That is a contrast and contradiction. That does not make any sense. So this is a contrast and contradiction because it says that the jetpack is free, but then it says that it costs $80. Okay? If something's free, it doesn't cost anything. Let's look at another example. We have a picture of a road and we have two signs on the road. Do not enter, enter only. That is very, very confusing. What? That does not make sense. This is a contrast and contradiction because one sign says do not enter and the other sign says enter only. This doesn't tell the driver where to go. This is extremely confusing. Here's an example from text. The name of the gym is 24-Hour Fitness, but they're open from 8 to 10 p.m. is a contrast and contradiction because the name of the gym is 24-Hour Fitness. So that means this gym never closes. However, we see the opening and closing hours. So it's not 24 hours. It's more like 14 hours. And here's our last example. It was 7:30 p.m. on the final day of parent-teacher conferences. Kaylia had her arms folded as she inhaled strongly through her nose. She wanted to hold on to the inhaled air, but her nerves quickly made her exhale. She was in trouble. All year, she was telling her parents that she wakes up early and had been doing well in school. However, every day, Kaylia would get to school late and she wasn't turning in her assignments. Her parents were furious. Kaylia was embarrassed. The contrast and contradiction here is pretty apparent because according to Kaylia, she was going to school on time and she was saying it's because she wakes up early. However, we know the truth. She wasn't waking up early and she was getting to school late and she wasn't turning in her assignments. So this is the contrast and contradiction. Well, here are some familiar scenes from the book March in the first 10 pages. And we see the marchers marching, then we see them get attacked. This is a contrast and contradiction because we remember from the Bill of Rights, the First Amendment protects your right to protest. So if you are protesting, and especially if you're peacefully protesting, you should not be attacked. However, the protesters were attacked. So this is a contrast and contradiction. In a few moments, you're going to head over to Nearpod and complete the activity titled Finding Contrasts and Contradictions. Pause. Now you're going to head over to your You Practice handout and you're going to complete the activity titled What is Sharecropping? So let's recap today's lesson. Contrasts and contradictions are surprises you find in pictures and text. When we see something that contrasts with what we know, that is a contrast and contradiction. And when something contradicts our own understanding of the world, that is also a contrast and contradiction. I hope this lesson helped. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you for participating. Peace.